Like a porn star says when she's about to have sex with a Trump, let's get this over with.
Before Michelle Wolf paid a trip to the White House Correspondents' dinner, where she laid into the Trump administration and became a viral sensation.
Of course, Trump isn't here. I would drag him here myself, but it turns out the President of the United States is the one pussy you're not allowed to grab.
Before Michelle Wolf was a mind behind the jokes of late night hosts like Seth Meyers and Trevor Noah.
My goal each day was to make fun of Seth as much as I could, and then you promoted me.
Yeah.
Before rocking stand-up shows all over the world and smashing London's Apollo.
The real reason I want Hillary Clinton to be president is because I want Bill Clinton to be the first gentleman. The spouse of the president is the one who sometimes gives tours of the White House. These are drapes. As you can see, they're navy. But if you shine a black light on them, boy, do they glow.
Now, for those of you who are familiar with the New York stand-up circuit, you've probably seen or heard the work of Michelle Wolf, but after one fateful night in Washington, D.C., the whole world would get to check out her act. Now, walking in the footsteps of fellow comics including Norm Macdonald, Cecily Strong, and Hassan Minhaj, as well as her former late-night boss Seth Meyers, Wolf performed at the 2018 White House Correspondents' Dinner. And at the podium, she laid waste to everyone from President Trump to both left and right media outlets to Sarah Huckabee Sanders. The next day, her performance was met with both outrage and praise, with comments ranging from appalling to bold and hilarious. Even the commander-in-chief himself voiced his opinion. Either way, Michelle Wolf is definitely a comedic talent to watch out for, and someone you probably don't want making fun of you. Imagine she roasted me after this video. Be horrendous. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden, documenting the life and career of Michelle Wolf, here for you on Before They're Famous. Now, we've covered other comics in the past, including Trevor Noah and Dave Chappelle, both before and after, so be sure to check those out. Also, in the meantime, let me know who you want me to document next. Here we go. Hey, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom!
I just went on vacation by myself, which was super fun. Probably because when I checked into the resort, I said, this was supposed to be my honeymoon.
Michelle Wolf was born on June 21st, 1985 in the small Pennsylvania town of Hershey. Now, despite looking like the doppelganger of Whoa Vicky, I can confirm that the two are of no relation.
I went on Ancestry.com and I found I'm 25% black. And this whole time I knew it. I knew I was a black girl.
She grew up a massive SNL fan and would often reenact skits at school from that weekend's past episode, which is a similar story coming from other SNL alumni, including Jimmy Fallon and Andy Samberg. But despite her early love for the art form, she did not see comedy as a feasible job. Michelle was a natural athlete growing up, competing in high jump, long jump, and the 400-meter dash. But a third-degree ankle sprain forced her to stop competing during her freshman year of college. She later described the injury as her first heartbreak. She was also aspiring to become a possible coach. Michelle studied kinesiology at the College of William & Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia, while also working in a cardiovascular psychology lab where she would help do experiments on rats. Guess that was training for her work on Donald Trump, I don't know. Upon graduating in 2007, Michelle, like most college students, found herself at a fork in the road. She stated, I was a kinesiology major in college, which is exercise science. Then I was either going to get my PhD or go to medical school. But I was kind of burned out after school. My roommates had all gotten jobs on Wall Street, so they were like, come work with us on Wall Street. We'll all live in New York for a couple of years. Not a bad gig, I'd probably do the same. So she took up her friend's offer and headed to the Big Apple, where she found work at a brokerage firm, Bear Stearns. But the financial collapse of '08 had other plans, and I'm assuming it was pretty difficult to find another gig on Wall Street, especially when your last name is Wolf. During this time, Michelle and a friend visited 30 Rock for a taping of Saturday Night Live, and the trip, it inspired Wolf. She discovered that most of the cast members got their start in improv, and the young bank employee, she decided to give it a try. Attending classes at the People's Improv Theater, as well as the famous Upright Citizens Brigade, Michelle immersed herself in the world of improvisational comedy. I obviously didn't take any classes because I can't even say my words right. Now, over time, Wolf noticed that she was making jokes during her scenes rather than focusing on the scene itself. A few classmates suggested that she take stand-up classes, and as they say, the rest is history. But we're not done yet.
You know when someone breaks up with you and they gain weight and that makes you really happy? I bet that's how England feels about us.
Developing an obsession with comedy, Michelle admitted she became less motivated at her day job. As a result, she ended up getting canned around 2013. Devoting her time to stand-up, she soon submitted a package to Late Night with Seth Meyers, a move she would not regret. Michelle Wolf was hired as a staff writer on the show not long after. It was there Seth gave her the opportunity to develop her voice both behind and in front of the screen. She even introduced us to characters such as grown-up Annie.
How's your dog Sandy?
Oh, she's a mess. Oh, God. She pees on the carpet. Her hair is falling out. Oh, wait. That's me.
Along with several other media appearances, including the Comedy Central web series Now Hiring, Michelle continued on writing for Meyers. Desiring more on-screen time, she said goodbye to the show in 2016 and moved on to The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, where she began appearing as a correspondent. Arriving just in time for the Trump election, her position on The Daily Show gave her the opportunity to comment on several hot-button topics. She even aired her first stand-up special on HBO, entitled Nice Lady.
If you want to have a baby, you should have to take a test or two. Something simple, like let me see your iPhone screen. Oh, it's cracked? Then no!
In April of 2018, Wolf hosted the White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington, D.C., the fifth female to do so. Now, during the event, which Trump had not attended for the second year in a row, her 20-minute set included jokes at everyone from the president himself, to the media, to Trump's press secretary, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Everyone's poking fun at her. It's kind of easy.
I actually really like Sarah. I think she's very resourceful. Like, she burns facts, and then she uses that ash to create a perfect smoky eye. Like, maybe she's born with it, maybe it's lies.
The very next day, her performance was a conversation throughout the entire country, with Michelle's detractors as well as fans voicing their opinion. Even Trump himself couldn't resist to get a word in. In typical Trump fashion, the Donald took to Twitter, or he wrote, "The White House Correspondents' Dinner was a failure last year, but this year was an embarrassment to everyone associated with it. The filthy comedian totally bombed, couldn't even deliver her lines, much like Seth Meyers' weak performance. Put dinner to rest or start over."
Maybe you guys should get a sense of humor and try it sometime.
Trump's harsh critique of the comedian was certainly not the last word. Several of her fellow comics, including Dave Chappelle, Kathy Griffin, Stephen Colbert, as well as her former boss Seth Meyers, well, they came to her defense. With her speech making waves online, it looks as if Wolf is the one who came out victorious. Michelle Wolf is certainly a hardworking, unique, and above all, funny voice in comedy. She's truly holding her own among the popular comedies of today, and she's also got her first Netflix show, The Break with Michelle Wolf, premiering later this month. I'm just hoping there's a cameo with Whoa Vicky. As for the rest of the story, well, we'll have to wait and see, because this is before they're famous. My name is Michael McCrudden, and we make all sorts of celebrity bios here for you on this channel. We've done a lot of A-listers in the past. In fact, we have an entire playlist dedicated to actors and comedians. So if you're into Dave Chappelle, Andy Samberg, maybe Adam Sandler. Did we do Andy Samberg? We didn't. We did do Kyle Mooney. I don't know what we were thinking, but we did. Anyways, check it out, browse around, I'll see you guys in another video. Boom!
Do you want to try his voice?
I don't know how to. The filthy comedian totally bombed. Couldn't even deliver her lines, much like Seth Meyers' weak performance. But her me.